Hello, this is Janet Matriciani, and welcome to episode 3 of Just Janet, a series in which I talk about adventures in my personal and professional life that have led me to become a successful business leader. This is episode 3, The Power of Failure. Now, most of us don't like to admit it when we've failed, which is a real shame because I think it's comforting for other people to learn that you can fail, get up, and be successful again. And most successful people have failed. And in fact, they failed multiple times, and probably many more times than they're even telling you. So today, I'm going to share a time when I failed pretty badly. It was early on in my career, which is a good thing. If you can, fail early and fail fast. That way you learn faster and can move forward. So I was a student at Cambridge University in my first year. And for the class of structural engineering, we had to give a presentation. The presentation was 8 minutes long, and it was in front of 7 other students and the teacher, and the 7 other students were your friends, and you could pick any topic you liked. So how hard could it be? So I picked a topic. I didn't pick what I did in the summer in engineering. That would have been too easy. I picked the design of oil rigs. And to this day, I can't tell you why. So I created my flip charts and researched in a library and put information together. This was the era before computers and smartphones and all the things that make it much easier to do a complex, exciting graphical presentation. So I go into the classroom and I have my flip charts and I begin presenting in front of my friends. And I start speaking and I'm unclear and I have no intonation in my voice because I'm very nervous, and I speak fast because I'm very nervous, and my flip chart diagrams are super complicated and I don't really know the topic in detail, and I somehow get through these 7 minutes. And as I speak, of course, my friends were super kind and lovely. No, they weren't. They started smiling as I began, and I thought, that's great. And then they started giggling, and I thought, that's less great. And then they started sort of laughing and commenting to each other, and I knew this was a total disaster, but I made myself finish. And at the end of it, they told me how terrible I'd been in no uncertain terms. And I was very lucky because I think the professor took pity on me for the worst presentation he'd ever seen and gave me the lowest possible grade that you pass at, which was very important because if you didn't pass that presentation, you wouldn't pass the class. And so I passed it, I got through. And I had a choice because I was absolutely embarrassed, cringing at what I'd experienced, and I still cringe when I think about it. And I had a choice: curl up in a corner and cry and decide never ever to present again, it's just not me, and give up, or decide that I would learn from this and move forward. And I realized that if I actually reversed everything I'd done, if I spoke clearly, if I perhaps knew my subject, if I engaged my audience, understood my audience, and was quite fun and informative, I might have a really great presentation and even a good time. So I did this, I made myself do other presentations, and I now present all the time quite fearlessly, because every time before I go on stage, whether it's for a small group of people or in front of 1,000 people, I remember that presentation. And I say to myself, can't be worse than that. You have nothing to fear. So I hope you fail. I hope you don't fail as badly as I did, or perhaps I do, because the worse you fail, the more you learn. And from your greatest failures, you get your greatest learnings, and from that, you get your greatest strengths. So I hope you fail. I hope it's early and fast. I hope you get great learnings and great strengths. Thanks so much. Have a great day and tune in for episode 4.